afternoon, Mrs. Loveman.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in today to talk about Carly's performance in 6th grade science.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Carly, last night you had to discuss your grades and your favorite assignments with your parents. How did that go?
I think it went okay.
Yeah? Okay. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So Carly's actually doing very well in school. As you can see, her grades. So her lowest grade is in science, and that's a B+, which is still very good. But in the beginning of the semester, she did miss a lot of school when she was sick. And there are a lot more assignments to bring her grade up, and I have no doubts that she'll be able to pull it to that A. So what did you pick as your favorite assignment thus far?
The density lab and research project.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that you did very well on that. So why did you like it?
Because we could use the computer and what we learned in class to make our own experiment, and I could work with Lauren.
Yeah, and like I said, Carly did very well. They learned a lot in order to complete this project. They wrote their own experimental procedure. They learned how to read graduated cylinders, find the volume and density of regular and irregular solids, which was something that they struggled with in the beginning of the semester. And then they learned how to work with others in groups, and they practiced their cell skills, and they learned how to research on the internet. And I did notice that you and Lauren are very good friends. Do you think that sitting next to her sometimes distracts you?
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little, okay. So I think it's great that you guys know how to work together, so I don't want to separate you, but if you ever feel like Lauren distracts you and that you can't pay attention in class, we can move your seat, so just let me know. But Mrs. Loveman, Carly's just great to have in class. She wrote down on her sheet some strengths that she thinks that she has. So do you want to share what you think your strengths are, and then I'll share what I think your strengths are?
Helping others in reading or listening to directions.
Yeah, so I agree. I think that Carly's very helpful to others. We actually have a problem in the class with students not listening for directions, and Carly's always a very good listener, and she reads her directions very carefully. So when the other students don't listen to the directions, Carly's always willing to tell them the directions again, and I think that's really great. So have you noticed these qualities in Carly at home?
Yeah, she's very helpful with all of her siblings.
Well, that's great to hear that Carly's so helpful at home. So on your sheet, you also wrote down some weaknesses that you have. Do you want to share those with your parent and I, and then I'll share what I have noticed about you?
Maybe I talk too much and don't come prepared.
Yeah, I noticed that you don't always come to class prepared, and then that causes Carly to be late because here at our school, being prepared for class includes having your pencil and your paper and that you're ready for class sitting at your desk before the bell rings, so sometimes she is considered late. And then also she sometimes talks to Lauren, or she talks out of turn. So we want to improve upon your weaknesses, or one of your weaknesses for now. So pick one weakness that you told me, and then we're going to write a plan of action of how we're going to improve upon that.
I think I want to fix coming prepared.
Okay, I think that's a very good weakness to pick, because in high school, there's not going to be any leeway if you're late to class, or if you don't have a pencil, people aren't always going to be willing to share, and then in the future in college, if you're not prepared, then you're not prepared. So what can you do to improve upon this?
I can always bring a pencil.
Okay, what else?
Bring my binder.
Okay, and then what do you need to have in your binder?
My homework.
Right, and then what do you have to do with that homework at home?
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, that's really great. And I've never had a problem with Carly not doing her homework, but if you want to be prepared, you have to have your assignments done. And then what can I do to help you?
Check if I have all my stuff with me.
Okay, so do you want me to ask you at the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so ask Carly at the door. Okay, so I can start off by asking you every day and right before science class. If you don't have something, you can run to your locker right away. But then slowly I'm going to dwindle down how many times a week I ask you. So from maybe the first week we'll do 5 times, and the second week we'll do 3 times, all the way up until I don't ask you anymore. And part of the reason why we have to dwindle it down is because in 6th grade, your locker is right next to your classroom, but in high school it might be on a completely different floor. So you just need to know to come prepared. Okay, and then what can your parents do to help you with this weakness?
Make sure I have all my stuff before I go to school.
Okay. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Have you noticed Carly leaving her items at home, maybe her binder?
Occasionally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so maybe just check her backpack, make sure she has all of her school supplies, and then slowly don't check for her, but maybe check in, ask if she was prepared for science class or her other classes. But I have no doubts Carly's a great student. She's always willing to help others and improve upon her own schoolwork. So if do you have any further questions?
Not at this time.
Not this time. Okay, I can leave my phone number for you or my email address, and then in the next newsletter, this will be typed up for you, and then you can look at it, and Carly, in 6 weeks, you'll be reflecting upon how well you're improving on this weakness. So if there's no further questions. And okay, all right,
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
All right, have a good day, Carly.
Okay,
Thanks for
bye-bye.
coming in. Yeah.